Hello there! This is Kisu 102 and this is a troll's fairy tale. Can a troll have a fairy tale love story? Well, I guess we'll see. Alright, so I don't have anything more to say, so let's just start. Whoa. Alright, so day 1. I'm not sure about this, Mom. Mom. Alakwa, please. If we want this to work, then I need your full support. You know how difficult your sister can be. Turning over in my bed, I could hear the hushed whispers of my mother and sister just outside my bedroom door, and the noise of some rowdy teenagers from outside. With my diary still in my hand, I must have fallen asleep while reading through some old sad entries and writing in some new ones. With the Arbustos Festival coming up soon, you could almost feel the excitement and anticipation in the air. Unfortunately for me, all I felt was stress and agitation. My mother has heard a lot of stupid gossip and rumors about how if we don't find a mate by your 23rd birthday, you end up alone forever. Alright? Well, I'm 24 now, and I will be turning 25 this following spring. Yeah. But Mom, that guy is such a stinkbag. Isn't there someone else you can sit here with? Language, Missy. We may be trolls. I didn't work my fingers to the bones to raise such full mouth. With a sigh, I closed my diary and screwed up my bed. I could hear my mother lecturing my sister on how hard she worked as a single parent, only wanting the best for her girls, and so on and so forth. Opening the door, I glanced over at my sister. Her lips were pressed in a tight line. A look of disdain on her face as our mother continued on about all the different relationships she had when in her younger days, years, and the importance of saving some yourself for marriage. So, I look pretty punk. My sister, though, looks so normal. That's fine. Mama, please stop. This is extremely disturbing and gross. Oh, Cassia. Good morning, dear. My mom looks so hot. I heard my sister let out a sigh of relief and her wrinkled brows relaxed now that Mom had turned her attention to me. Thank God. As I made my way to the living room, I could hear the noise of the group of kids from outside grow louder. Did they have no respect of a troll's personal property? Looking annoyed over at my sister, I motioned for her to do something about them, and with a nod, she walked towards the window. You'll never guess who I ran into today. The energetic song in my mother's voice made my stomach knot. I could feel my chest tightening and a slight headache started to rub up my temples. I love my mother, but she has the absolute worst taste when it comes to picking out men, and whenever I tried to stop her, she throws a big fit, and I really didn't want to go through this today. I wanted to hurry up and get this over with so I could head to the shop and try out this new pastry I made for a special occasion. I really have to guess. You can go ahead and just tell me. It's one of our neighboring clans' eldest son. I just so happened to run into his mother while at the shop, and when I offered her one of those treats you made, she was blown away by the flavor and delicate texture. Tilting her head back, she let a triumphant laugh, but I wasn't amused at all when I heard she gave away one of my snacks. You never expect to find such a high delicacy at our little pastry stand. That's why you should never underestimate what? Did you give her the blue one or the big one? A small crease showed between her eyebrows as she thought, the pink one, I think? Great. With another heavy sighing, I plopped down to the couch, feeling more dejected today than usual. It really didn't help that the bunch of righty kids outside were getting louder. Crap! It's fine. To be young and stupid. What was that? What was it you wanted to show me? Here, take a look at this. Giving my leg a sweat to scoot over, she sat down beside me and showed a picture in the face. Doesn't he look so charming? After taking a quick glance at the picture, I grunted no and laid my head down in her lap. Acacia, what is wrong with you? You obviously have no taste in men. Mom, the man looks like he's 15 years older than me, and he looks really cocky in that picture. Let me see. With her attention now pulled away from the group of young boys, Alakwa leaned halfway over the couch and examined the picture. Well, you agree with me, don't you, sweetie? With a firm shake of her head, my sister crumbled up the paper and handed it to me with one swift movement. I put it into my mouth and I started to chew it. Acacia, that's disgusting! Don't do that! But before she could say anything else, I hear a loud crash from outside. Jumping up, I walk over to the back of our back door. My man was sitting down putting an end to all that noise going on there. Cassia? Swinging the door open while I still chewing the paper, I look around at my mother's toppled flower bed and broken flower pots. What? Narrowing my eyes, I saw moody footprints that stained the stones leading up to our door and back out towards the field where the group of boys were roughhousing. What's your problem? Cassia, don't go out like that. Fix yourself up first. You look like a hot mess. Grab something and... yeah, sure. Later on a heavy sigh, I look around for something to quickly tie my hair up. I saw a thick vine lying in the remains of my mother's fences. Quickly picking it up, I marched my way towards the boys. Hey, what's the troll doing? I stood shocked as they all glanced down at my hand that was holding the broken vine. They think I was going to beat them with the vine. She's got a switch! Run! I'm not about to beat you with this. I just want to come here and clean up you. She's lying! The troll's going to beat us! Keep running! I could feel my anger rising as they continued to run away. All I wanted to do was tell them to fix them as they'd made. It wasn't planning on hurting them or anything, though. Now that started to sound like a good idea. I'm not going to hurt you, just run for your lives! Fed up, I raised the vine high in the air, giving it a shake. Might as well give them something to run away from. So, letting out a silly battle cry, I chased after them down the enchanted forest. The sounds of my mother's horrified voice was drowned out by my yelling and malicious laughter. I knew that I must have looked crazy, but sometimes something a little crazy can be a lot of fun. Yeah. What is wrong with you, girl? Why did I really like that? Mama, calm down! Chill, it's fine. Their voices faded away as I ran through a cluster of trees and in the forest. I'd finally given up my little game of cat and mouse and decided to let them go because I was starting to feel a little tired from the chase. It was starting to get a little annoying how scared everyone acted around me, but there wasn't much I could do about that. I was tougher than a lot of other female trolls in my clan. I had to take a break. I surveyed my surroundings and realized that I had somehow made it into the fairy territory. The sounds of joyful laughter along with happy chattering greet my ears as I walk around admiring the beautiful sight. Whenever I was in a really bad mood, I'd always come to this side of the forest to recharge a bit. It always felt so pleasant here. I sat down at the foot of a large chestnut tree, pulled my diary out of the oversized pocket of my dress, and started to jot down little things that had popped into my head as I basked into the beautiful ambience of the forest. You ungrateful child! The sweet ambience was quickly shattered by the sound of a deep booming voice. I jumped with a start, knocking all my belongings to the ground in the process. My hands darted around to find the source of the voice. I'm not being ungrateful! You're being unreasonable! Son of another voice, not as deep as the first, but still deep enough to be around my age, following shortly behind. That's so convenient. I look out to find two-story cottage pulled inside of the frame of a large oak tree. Taking a few steps forward, I peer up to see an open window and hear the sound of multiple people yelling and hollering. Why are you two always fighting? Son, please just listen to your father. No! Why do I always have to be the one to shut up and listen? Everyone I say is either irrational or irrelevant to you. You're always shutting me down. Don't raise your voice at your mother! I'm not raising my voice at her! The sound of the door slamming shut, a gasp, and more muffling yelling were heard before everything reverted back to silence. Taking another step forward, I couldn't contain my curiosity anymore. I wanted to see who it was that had been angry with his father so vehemently. A young man who looked to be my age was pacing back and forth in his room, shaking his head as he was trying to calm himself. He then turned and looked toward a small messenger bird perch that hung outside his window. I could see his expression sudden. Was he feeling down about not having any letters sent to him? Whatever! Looking the bird down, it landed on the branch just underneath the window. Forgetting his previous action, let out a gnawing sigh and reached out to restore the perch to its original place. Our eyes locked as he noticed me watching from below. Neither of us say anything. No wave, no nod. We just stared. The sound of a deep booming voices interrupted our staring contest as he snapped his attention back towards the door. With a heavy sigh, he shook his head and leaned on the window edge, and looked back down at me. He motioned to me, and pointed to his ears. A slight smile decorated his face. I stood there a little baffled with an eyebrow raised. Was he trying to tell me to cover my ears? Tilting his head slightly to the side, he placed his hands over his ears, the small smile never leaving his place. face. Slowly raising my hands to my ears, I did as he suggested. And in an instant, his once warm and innocent face flipped to something dark and ferocious as he turned back around to continue on with the argument with a much older-looking male fairy who had threw open his bedroom door. I guess that was his father who was yelling earlier. Even though I had my ears covered, I could still hear the muffled sounds of their argument and another thought of the door being slammed. Well, this morning had certainly started out on a weird note. I went ahead and made my way back to home to deal with the argument that I was certainly an angry mother of mine had prepared for me. But by the time I got home, my mother was already started giving me a silent treatment. I decided to go ahead and spend some time down at our bakery to give Mom some space and let her cool off for a little bit. Oh my god, it's really pretty. The rest of the morning passed out uneventfully, and I breathed a sigh of relief as I finally getting close to closing time. Even after my mother arrived at the shop, she continued giving me the cold shoulder. If it's one thing I knew, it was that she hated bringing too much of unwanted attention to our family and being in the middle of a bunch of drama and mess. Even though she hated to admit it, the things that people would say or whisper about our family really got to her. Though she never let on that and carried herself with dignity and pride. As this morning, I, her eldest daughter, didn't really help with her image much when I went up chasing after a group of kids, while waving my arms in the air like a crazy woman. I really didn't think that. Ever since Dad left us, when I was 3, she always worked so hard to raise me and my sister all on her own. She had enough on her plate as it already was, and I hated being the cause of excess stress to her life. So with a heavy sigh, I put down the broom that I was using and cautiously made my way to her side. Mama? Her lips were pressed in a tight straight line as she kept her eyes forward and continued to arrange the pantry while moving on to a slamming drawer shut. Mama, you may be hot, but you are so annoying. Mama, I'm sorry. There you are! I won't keep on this. You gotta be kidding me. Giving cold? I can tell you're mad, but you can at least look at me. I'm not mad, exasperated maybe. Gall, indignant, irritated, piqued, provoked, real sure. But mad? No, I'm not mad. Mom. With a whine, I rested my head on her shoulder and tried to give her the saddest puppy eyes that I could muster, but it failed horribly, because looking cute and pathetic was on my forte. And all I got out, that was a good glove to the forehead. Answer me with something, Acacia. Why is it that you've been attending this festival for over 6 years now, and you still end up alone each and every time? With a sigh, I lifted my chin to her shoulder and took a step back. I really didn't feel like having this depressing talk all over again. I get it, each year I come back home alone. Don't you want to get married? I do, but what? It's not like you haven't had the chance to finally settle down. What happened with that young man at last year's festival? That guy was a whiny little punk. Yeah, it's because she's a strong woman. She wants a strong man to be like her partner, but it's just, yeah, I understand. I heard you kick him in his trunk and shove his face into the hole of a wild tree trunk. I remember that. They couldn't take a no for an answer and wanted to taste the grapes before buying the whole bag, if you know what I mean. He was a jerk. He wouldn't shut up his whining, so I gave him something to whine about. I stayed while leaning back on the table and crossing my arms over my chest. He seemed like such a good boy, Acacia. He can talk today! I don't understand why. Mama, please, I don't want to settle just for anyone. When I define someone I wanted to be what? I could feel my mother's eyes studying me while my words trailed off and I lowered my head in embarrassment. I wanted to be like those love stories, those fairy tale books you used to read us. A bitter laugh escaped my mother's lips as she turned away from me. All the pain in her that she went through with my dad buried away any and all the thoughts of true love and happy endings from my mom's heart. That's the reason why it's a story, Acacia. True love like that doesn't exist. God damn. You should never marry for love, because love is weak and we live over time. Why should I marry for money? Money moves the world. That has to be more to marriage than just money. Trust me, you're better off marrying for money because after a while, love is going to fade away, and at least you will still have your money right there beside you if you does. What did I just say? But that still sounds just lonely. Yeah, what your mom is when you don't want to be happy, you need to be rich. Because material things bring you happiness sometimes. But that's just... doesn't work like that. Yeah. She stood there silently and staring at me, letting out a sigh as she shook her head and walked away. Sometimes, there's no escaping the loneliness. You must have to work your way around it. After I finished cleaning up, I locked up the shop and followed shortly behind my mother. I could tell that she was struggling with something much deeper down inside, and I didn't want to bother her any more than I already did, so I stayed quiet the whole way home.